everybody. It's Kristen, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Connect with KB. It's great to have you tuning in with us. We're going to talk about business and education and leadership and all the wonderful things that connect us to each other. I want to welcome in some guests today that are really special to me, and they are longtime Lansing people. They are not only bright and smart, but they are givers back to the community, and it's something that really, really inspires me. They are part of the powerful team at Martin Waymire, a public relations and strategic communications firm headquartered right here in Lansing. They are here to talk about passing the torch of ownership and what to expect as the firm moves forward. I want to welcome to the podcast Angela, Minicuci, and Roger Martin. Great to have you guys with me. Thanks so much for being here.
Great to be here.
Thank you for having us.
All right, let's do it. Let's start with the Martin Waymire story. Raj, I'm going to let you do that.
Well, Martin Waymire. For the past 18 years, we've been a strategic communications, full-service strategic communications and digital marketing firm, headquartered about a couple blocks just north and west of here in downtown Lansing. We have 15, 16, 17, whatever the number is given the day, full-time and part-time professionals working with us at Martin Waymire. Given the day, we have 30 to 35 clients. They are across the Midwest. They are now in the South and all across Michigan. And so if you're a company and you're looking for strategic communication support and marketing support, please give us a call. We've had tremendous success as is in the proof in the pudding, I guess, over the last 18 years, and we'd love to work for you.
Well, tell me a little bit about how the Martin Waymire came together.
Well, the Waymire, of course, is David Waymire, and one of my dearest and oldest friends. And for the first, I guess, part of our adult careers, we were both professional journalists here in Michigan. Both practicing at a pretty high level. I was the Detroit Free Press and the Detroit News. I ended up Lansing bureau chief here, directing political coverage for the paper, covering presidential campaigns, U.S. Senate campaigns, governors, and Dave was doing the same thing for a chain of papers known as Booth at the time. And they had the Booth papers, Jackson, Ann Arbor, Muskegon, Grand Rapids was the flagship, Kalamazoo, and basically, I'm missing a couple, I'm sure. I think there were 6 or 7 altogether. They had a daily circulation at a time around 700,000. So they were right there with the news and free press. A lot of power. And they had an amazing Lansing bureau covering politics. And we went head to head day in and day out. And, when you're competing with someone at that level, every single day you're seeing them and saying, hi, I beat you. I got a story you didn't. And then the next day they're saying the same thing to me. You get to really know and like and love, really, and respect that person. And our wives became best friends.
You bet.
Our kids grew up together. And then after a while, he went into public relations with marketing resource group, Tom Shields. Tom and Kelly Rossman McKinney are probably the two big pioneers, if you will, the type of work that we do.
Absolutely.
And then I eventually joined Kelly. I left the Detroit News and joined Kelly, and we had a 14-year gig together. And then after a while, Dave and I said, we think we can do this better. So we formed Martin Waymire about 18 years ago.
Well, one of the things I've always admired about your firm is this cultivating of young talent. And
like her?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was going to throw it right over to Angela. And Angela, we're going to get into the new ownership of Martin Waymire in just a couple minutes. But tell me a little bit about the company itself and the services that you provide.
Yeah, of course. So as Roger said, we do strategic communications. So that includes traditional public relations, but also a lot in the new digital marketing space. So as we all know, communications has evolved quite a bit over the last couple of years in particular, especially with the evolution of the pandemic and everybody having to adjust to remote communications. We're right there at the forefront of that. We've got a lot of really young talent that understands the importance of working in the digital space. And we are founded on the principles of working with journalists and really making sure that we're getting out accurate information about our clients. And so if you're looking any kind of advocacy communications, digital marketing, if you're looking for social media, website, maybe media training, we've got expertise and a foundation around all those traditional and upcoming public relations tactics. So,
and it's interesting. So our foundation very much has been in advocacy communications. It's that space where politics and public policy and communications intersect. But because of Angela and other young talent that we've brought on in recent years, that we've expanded into other markets now. And we're doing a lot of work that's not necessarily issue or politics focused. We're doing work for Hemlock Semiconductor, one of the largest employers in Michigan, and the largest manufacturer, I believe, of semiconductors in this country, one of the largest in the world. We're doing work for the University Research Corridor, Michigan State University, the University of Michigan, and Wayne State University, helping promote the remarkable research that our research institutions do here in the state of Michigan that impact not just our economy here, but impact the entire world and make our state and communities better places. We're doing statewide public health campaigns that have won national awards. So we're not just in that niche space anymore. We're well beyond it, and we're having tremendous success there, largely because of Angela and the other folks we brought in.
Well, I was going to say, my understanding is too that you guys, a lot of your business is word of mouth. It is not you guys out hitting the pavement on this. It is people who want to work with great firms and the track record that you have. And now, Angela, I'll go back to you.
Yeah, well, and as Roger was saying, a lot of our clients come back to that core belief and passion that drives us every day, which is making our state and our communities a better place. And that, I think, is a huge thing that sets us apart from a lot of our competitors, is we have a motivation to invest in our community, invest in the work and the policy that makes our communities healthier, safer, stronger. And that's what ties us to a lot of our clients. So clients come to us knowing that we're here to help them succeed and that we have the strategies and expertise to make that happen.
Is it really a kind of an all hands on approach, or do you have individual issues that you work on and people really have an expertise in an area?
It's a bit of both, I would say.
Exactly.
I have a healthcare background. We have a number of other employees that have a healthcare background as well, but all of us are willing to try something new. We don't only work in one industry or space, and we really do approach all of our work from a team perspective. One of our core values is teamwork, and we truly live that every day. There is not one person that is above any tactic. Roger would get into the office and make coffee just as someone who just started yesterday. So it is really a family approach. We're all there for each other, and we're there to support one another to be successful for our clients.
And if you hire us, you're going to get our A team, like Angela said. One of the owners, and Angela's going to be one of the new chapter here, Martin Waymire coming, but one of the owners or one of the principals of the firm is virtually available on every account.
Yes.
Not every single account, but there is an owner or a partner represented on each account in some way, shape, or form. So if you hire us, you're getting from the top down.
Well, talking about hiring, and you guys have been such good stewards of cultivating the new talent, talking about not necessarily interns, but the Martin Waymire term of, and I love Kathy saying this, Kathy Hoffman, student practitioner. Let's talk a little bit about that and the people who have probably stayed with you through the years.
Yeah, so Roger can speak a little bit more historically about people that have stayed with us. Really, what we try to do is we include our student practitioners as a part of every client team, as a part of what needs to happen to get work done for our clients. And as a result, they oftentimes stick around with us. We actually have one with us right now that will be staying on post her graduation. So, we've got a really great process internally to build up great talent, to invest in them. But also, if they choose to do something beyond Martin Waymire, we're open to that. We definitely want to see people succeed. And I think that comes back to our driving passion of wanting things to be better for our state. So if that means someone needs to go work for a client, we welcome that because we know that it's obviously going to help us meet our goals.
We know we're not going to keep those young kids coming out of college who are just taking their first job, but we hope to make them better practitioners, because that's going to make us a better company. And then if they want to go on and pursue another opportunity, we're going to do everything we possibly can to help them.
Absolutely. And they'll always be Martin Waymire champions, I think.
It.
You could just get them out into the community and you just build that alumni family. Let's talk a little bit about the transfer of ownership and what that looks like. And I'm going to throw that to you, Raj.
Wow. Well, I kind of get teary-eyed just even thinking about it. But, when you can do three things with your company, right? You can let it close when you move on. You can try to find an external buyer. And there were several interested in us. And some of the largest PR firms in the country were making sort of plays here. Or you can find people you really love and trust and respect. And hopefully they then can take it on and elevate the success that you've had. And we think we found those three people. And Dave and I, we were very purposeful about this. About 4 or 5 years ago, we looked at each other and said, we're not going to be here forever. If there's going to be a future, we need to have people who are better than us at doing this. And we believe we've brought at least 3 of those people on board. And Angela Minicuci, Andy Poole, Josh Hovey, they're going to be the 3 new owners effective December 31st. At that point, I step away all my full-time responsibilities are gone, I'll do some work there's at least one client who wants me to hang around, and but every other client that has sort of been my client over the years, they've all said, yeah, you can leave now. We've got these guys.
Well, I think it takes incredible leadership to be in this space. And it's something that I've always admired about certain companies in the area. They did it at the MSU FCU with Pat McFarland and April Klobus. And to watch what you guys have done now over the last year and to talk about this, to know that the firm can go on, that the firm can get better, and that you want that is really something that I admire about you and David. I think that you guys have been great teachers and coaches to Angela and Andy and Josh, as well as the rest of the team. Angela, what are your thoughts on, is Martin Waymire going to change much?
That's a great question. Roger, Dave, and even Kathy, if you know them, you know they're strategic, you know they're intentional and thoughtful about what they do. So over the course of the last year, we've actually, myself, Andy Poole, Josh Hovey, and Andrea Kerbuski, the four of us have been leading the company with the support of Roger, Dave, and Kathy behind us. So the company transition has been in play for quite some time. Our team's well aware of it. Our clients are well aware of it. There's not really a ton of change that you're going to see. Obviously, the 3 and 4 of us, including Andrea, are a little bit more face forward, I guess you could say, beyond just Roger and Dave. But the passion behind what we do, the reason we do what we do and we show up every day, that is going to continue to stay the same.
It's going to stay Martin Waymire?
For the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You bet. Absolutely.
And my intention is I'm going to be that pigeon that flies in every once in a while and poops on things and then flies out. No, I'm just kidding.
What a fun
I don't know if you're kidding too much about that.
Oh, no. Here we go.
What are some of the highs and lows of running the business? And really, for you, Raj, what's been the most rewarding?
Wow. I just think of all the... So, as Angela noted, our company passion is working for clients that want to make Michigan a better place, or their states, or if they're in another state, or their communities, if they're in another community. And just some of the public policy successes that we've helped achieve, it's just astounding. I can go back really early in my career. The 3 Detroit casinos would not exist were it not for Kelly Rossman and me. I mean, there were a lot of other people involved in that. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't just us. But we had a huge role in making that happen. And there were a lot of other public policies there at Rossman Martin that were successful. Here at Martin Waymire, the Medicaid expansion that passed with not overwhelming, but enough bipartisan support. There are more than 600,000 working people in Michigan who now have health insurance because of that. Angela
Close to 1 million nowadays.
Now that's just to think that the working poor families with kids who couldn't access health insurance before have it now because of that. And Angela was with MDHHS at the time, and they were the drivers of that, and we were just there to help with the communications. So there's that. The anti-gerrymandering ballot proposal that passed here in 2018 now that took the process of drawing political districts for members of Congress and the state legislature away from the politicians and deliver it to the people. It's been rough this year. This is the first time these people have tried to do this, and but the maps are already looking so much more contiguous and so much fairer than they were. I think going forward, this is going to be a remarkable achievement for the state. The I Vaccinate campaign that we run statewide to boost childhood immunization rates in the state. Our work that we're doing on the statewide COVID vaccination campaign, as tough as that has been, because of people who are reluctant, even though they're medically able to get vaccinated, just drives me nuts. And I don't know that I could even say on this podcast. But anyway, there's just a number. The work we're doing for the University of Michigan, Michigan State University, and Wayne State, the public relations work that Dave largely led to get the facility for rare isotope beams established at Michigan State University. When we sat down with Dr. Simon for that first meeting with that, she said, well, we've got this major project we're going after. It's going to be a long shot, but we've got to make it work. We got to make it. And oh my gosh, the day that was announced for Michigan State, it was one of the brightest and most for this community. Oh my gosh, for the state.
Well, when you talk about a rewarding career, what is it that you see about Dave and Roger, Angela, that really are going to be great takeaways for you and the team?
I think one of the most important things that I've come to learn about my career is that you really need to surround yourself by people that you trust. And Dave and Roger have a friendship that I think has really driven a successful company. And I'm really excited because I think Andy, Josh, and I, and Andrea as well, we have so much respect for each other as colleagues, but more importantly as people. Our spouses, we all get together. We love and support each other's different unique strengths that we bring to the team. And that, I think, has been an excellent example for us to take forward with Martin Waymire. And I can see how that has incredibly benefited the company.
For sure. But one of the things, Raj, I've always liked about you and Dave is you guys are the real deal. I mean, you get out there, you push the envelope a little bit, but you are proud of the work that you do. You have core values and you live by them. You heard Angela say that. As you kind of start to transition out now, what are some of those words of advice that you want to share with Angela and the team?
Wow. Stay committed to excellence. Continue to learn and grow. Don't stay in place. There's always something new to learn and something you don't know that can benefit you as a practitioner, but also your clients. Working is not everything. You've got to win with balance, and that's I'm reciting, as Angela knows, our 4 core values here, and then teamwork. I mean, there's no I in team. There's just that old cliche, I guess, and it takes a team to really succeed. And if you have a team and you trust each other and you love each other, then that team is going to succeed because you can be honest with each other.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Thank you so much for your leadership. Incredible impact on the Lansing community, the state of Michigan. I am so happy to have your friendship, and please give my best to my buddy Dave Waymire, to Josh, Andy, Kathy, and the rest of the team. I appreciate you guys being on today.
Thank you for having us.
You bet.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I want to thank my guests, Angela Minicuci, Roger Martin of Martin Waymire. I also want to thank my supporting sponsors, Marketing Resource Group, Governmental Consultant Services, Dowding Industries, the Michigan Chamber of Commerce, AF Group, AT&T, Mercantile Bank, and the Fraser Law Firm. You can listen to all of my podcasts at connectwithkb.com. Until we connect again, go live your best life. I'm your host, Kristen Belzer.